Well, welcome everybody. The webinar today is how to use your story to get more clients. And as we get started, I see some great people on the call. Hey, Victoria. Hi, Kay. Great to have everybody on. So let's go ahead and move ahead so we can go ahead and just make sure that I get everything covered and we end on time. Okay, so clicking through. Great. Well, I am Christy Rufino. I am the president and founder of the Dynamic Professional Women's Network, and I'm going to be sharing a little bit about our Overcoming Mediocrity project. And it has been an amazing, amazing project that we kind of got started. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that shortly, as well as I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself, as well as our powerful women's network. But let's go ahead and focus on you. Let's make sure that everybody is in the right place. So are you a leading professional in your field, and are you looking to grow your business? Is it possible that you may have some valuable knowledge in your head that can help others if you shared? And next, do you have a story to share and a legacy to leave? And finally, this webinar is for you if you are tired of spending valuable time and money on unsuccessful marketing and social media tactics. So yes, this webinar is for you if any of those things apply. And more importantly, if you feel like your current and future clients would appreciate your new author status, and better yet, best-selling author status. All right, well, here is a little bit about our Overcoming Mediocrity project. We started our first book in 2013, and we immediately brought that to become an Amazon bestseller. And in April of 2014, we launched our second book, and that was equally successful in the marketing efforts to make sure that that book also became an Amazon bestseller, and our authors were able to claim that best-selling author title. Basically what this project is a collection of stories from women who wanted to share their story and, more importantly, get the marketing benefits available to authors. And so we started this project with one book, and because it was so successful, what we have decided to do is continue to enlarge and enhance the brand and produce a new book every year. So our second book, we pretty much themed it our Courageous Woman book, and our third next book is going to be our Strong Woman book. So that is a little snapshot of what that book is going to look like, and you can see some of the authors. I just kind of put them in there as placeholders. We have the majority of our authors reserved for our front cover already, but I don't have all of their headshots yet, so we don't have the final book cover finished. But this is pretty much what it is going to look like, and you can see it's got that strong red color and theme to it, and I'm really excited about the authors that are going to be in this next book. You can see here's a snapshot of some of our past authors. We had a book launch party the beginning of the year, right after this book came out, and we had a great successful turnout with the local authors, and they invited all of their family and friends, and we did a lot of marketing into the community to get more people there to meet all the authors, and they all signed the books. It was so fun. But let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself. Again, I am the president and founder of the Dynamic Professional Women's Network, and what that is a large referral-focused women's networking organization, and it is a big community, a big sisterhood of professional women that are dedicated to supporting and helping each other. We currently have 27 or so chapters in the Illinois area as well as in Wisconsin, and we just this year launched into Texas. And you can see there's a snapshot of our website. I'm so excited that we're building a brand new website that will be launched early next year with all new benefits for members as well as more exposure for all of the members. A lot of more functionality, and my goal next year is to expand nationally into multiple states, and our new website will be able to completely support that, and I'm really excited about how that's all coming together. So just a little infomercial for DP Women, or Dynamic Professional Women's Network. If you are interested in connecting into any of our chapters, or even better yet, launching a chapter in your area if there isn't anything close, you are welcome to visit our website at dpwoman.com. Learn more about our organization, and there is a few options or a few buttons for you to click if you are looking to launch a chapter. We will help you through that whole process. We actually have like a chapter in the box program that will kind of get you going in the right direction to have a very successful referral network in your community. So let's keep moving forward. As I mentioned, we got this book project started as a way to help our members market themselves. And how that got started initially was I was asked by Michelle Prince to be in one of her Dare to Be a Difference Maker anthology books. You can see the cover right there. I am on the front cover of Volume 2, and she approached me to see if I wanted to share my story and be in her book, and I was so excited. I had to think about it for all of about 20 seconds and said, absolutely. I really wanted to be in it. I recognize the value of having my own book. I am still working on my solo book, but that does take a lot of time and a lot more of a financial investment. So this was a way for me to be able to claim that author status in a very quick time, as well as in a lot more affordable manner. So once I learned more about the project and figured out how I was going to be able to fund it, I started writing my story, and I got the books when they were done, and I was able to utilize those in so many ways. But what was really neat is because my focus initially was to build my brand with this book and gain exposure for myself as I'm out there marketing. What happened is I realized that this would be an amazing opportunity for the women in our organization, and so I kind of did the research to find out what it would take to kind of create our own anthology project, and that was how our first Overcoming Mediocrity came into being. And you can see there again is our first book and our second book, and I am so excited to be launching our third book. With plans to be launching a fourth book next year and continue to launch a new book every year to keep building the brand bigger. And more importantly, every time we launch a new book, it just creates more exposure for all of the authors that are involved. So it's so exciting how this is all coming together. And my goal is to help you also become an author, so you can also build your business and boost your revenue, just like the authors that we have in our past books. But you may be thinking, I don't know if this is right for me. First of all, my story is not that special. Well, I kind of thought the same thing, and we all tend to think that our stories are not that special. But you know what? We've all got things that have happened to us, experiences that we have gone through, that if we share them, we can help others. We don't think our stories are that special because we went through them, we had to go through them. And to us, it just seems like that's the norm. Though, some of us may have gone through situations that are a little more challenging than others. We as women cope, we make it happen, we do it, and we don't necessarily feel that it is something that we want to share. But just let me tell you this, and this is what helped me share my story, is I just realized, thanks to Michelle coaching me, I realized that if I share my story and it helps just one person, then it is definitely worth sharing. So the second objection you may be thinking is that your story is not related to your business. So how will that help you in a marketing effort? Well, basically, we all have stories to share, and we all have lessons to learn. And though your story may not directly be related to your business, we as women are all looking to develop and grow and learn from others' mistakes so we don't repeat them. So your story doesn't have to be about your business. Your story just needs to be able to have some kind of positive takeaway, some kind of lesson learned, some kind of inspirational value. So the reader can walk away from reading your story and be able to gain something by it. So your story does not have to be related to your business. Third, you may be thinking, well, geez, I'm not a writer. You don't have to be a writer. We actually have people that will help you in that process, but we really urge you to be able to put your story together yourself, because we want your story to be told in your words. And though we can have somebody write your whole story, we would prefer having you write your story and have our professionals just tweak it a little bit. So then that way your story kind of remains true to you and true to your word. And then finally, you may be thinking, well, I can't afford all of the costs associated with having my own book, definitely not with my solo book, because that can cost $10,000 or more. But being in an anthology project is a smaller investment, but you may be thinking, hey, my business is not necessarily able to support that right now, but I am going to show you how you can make that happen. So let's keep rolling on, and I will definitely get to that. Oh boy, this is a little slide that just shows you our DPWN publishing website, and hopefully you've all seen that at some point as you've registered and got connected to this webinar. But I want you for a moment just to imagine how neat it would be for you to have a book with your picture on it. How great it would be for you to be co-authoring a book with some other amazing women. And that's kind of what I went through when Michelle Prince talked to me. Gosh, it's been like 3 years now. I just imagined all the great things I could do with that new piece of resume material. Basically, I am now able to say, or I was at that time able to say, I was a published author. And I let my imagination just think of all of the creative ways I could leverage that new book to be able to get exposure and also earn revenue, because I can definitely sell my book as I'm out there in the networking world. So imagine you too can also be a published author very, very soon, and I want to show you how to do that. But first I want to show you what you get for being a part of our project, because there are a lot of different anthology projects out there in the business world, but I really feel that ours is special and unique and has a lot of benefits that some of the other projects don't have. And honestly, if you do the research, you will see that we have been able to put this together at a fraction of the cost compared to some of the other projects out there. So what do you get? You will be in a part of a group of women that will foster new relationships and new opportunities. Being part of this author community has been super, super powerful for me as well as the authors in this book. You will be able to make an impact with others by sharing your story. You'll have instant exposure and credibility with your new published author status. This can be one of the most powerful tools for you to market your business and yourself, your brand. Your business is about you, no matter what your business is. Your clients want to do business with you, so this is a great way for them to get to know you on a more personal level, thus making your brand more powerful. This can open the doors for you to new opportunities and speaking engagements, as well as various different partnerships. But in our book particularly, you will have a chapter of your very own. Your story should be around 2,000 words or so. You can go a little bit over, but we don't want you to go too much over because we want to make sure everybody's chapters are very similar in length. You will have basic editing and formatting of your story to make sure when it goes to print it is in perfect grammatical and editorial shape. You'll have a complete author bio in the book that contains your photo and all of your business contact information. The book will be printed in a perfect bound paperback printing by DPW Publishing. You will also have an electronic version of the book, which is an ebook for you to go ahead and share, and I encourage you to not share that for free. I encourage you to sell your ebook. You will be a part of our Facebook community group that is only available to our published authors. You will have a unique page feature on our project website with hyperlinks and customized SEO that will go directly back to you and your business. And you'll also be able to purchase additional books at deep discounts so you can resell it at your own profit. And unlike going through other publishers, your profit is 100% yours. Nobody else takes royalties out of it. You buy the books at wholesale and sell them at retail, and all of the profit is yours. Additional benefits that you will get depending on the level of participation you choose. You can be on the front cover or the back cover. You will have social media exposure for you and your story. We have a quite extensive social media reach on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn that we will do a lot of marketing for you to make sure we drive traffic back for you. Actually, and we do the social media exposure 2 times. We do that initially when you join the project, as well as we do it when the book launches. And we also send that out in our mailing list. We will have a prepared press release announcing the launch of your book, and that is something that we will prepare for you to customize with your specific story information. We'll also have prepared media pitch and story angles, a project 1 page in reality for you to help you promote your book. We also have a local media outlet list that's, I don't even think on that list, but that is a definite benefit for the authors. We will be participating in the marketing strategies that we have used to bring both of our past 2 books to become Amazon best-selling authors. So we cannot guarantee that the book will be an Amazon bestseller, but we can guarantee that we will use the same strategies that we used for the last 2 books, and I'm pretty confident that it will happen again because we have I think it was a 10-day window to make that happen, and we actually achieved it on both books in the very first day. So confident that will happen, but I can't guarantee it because we never know what Amazon may do to change any of their algorithms for that. So you will also have premium marketing and PR opportunities. You will get project bookmarks that are personalized for you with your photo and contact information, as well as full color postcards. Depending on the level that you choose, you will get some free books, and as an extra bonus, you will have a free lifetime membership to our own DPW virtual community. So look at all the benefits that you get. So we went over a lot of the benefits, tangible and intangible, but what I'd like to do now is go over some of the investments that you will be needed to think about before you decide that this is a good fit for you. First of all, there is a time investment, which means we will need you to set aside time to put together your story. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, it's about 2,000 words, which is only about 7 or 8 pages in the book, or about 3 or 4 pages of 8.5 by 11, full content. So it's not really a lot. It's not a lot of content, but it is something that you're going to want to sit down and, outline and put the story together in a way that's going to be good for the reader to read. We also will need you to put together your bio, and if you are a professional, you probably already have that prepared. So we will need that to put in the book as well as on the website. And we'll also need you to take time to have a professional headshot taken for the book cover. We don't want to produce the book with your photo unless it is a professional headshot, because we want to make sure that the book stays to the quality that we have put together so far and we want to continue to maintain. And then I want to go over the financial investment. So there are 3 different levels. First, the most expensive level is platinum, and that is to be on the front cover. And then we have gold, which is to be on the back cover. And then finally, we have the silver investment, which is to just have your story in the book and have your photo on the inside. Now, don't get shocked. It may seem like a lot of money, especially if you have not researched what it costs to put together a book or what it costs for other anthology projects. But don't worry, because I've got a lot of savings I want to share with you here very shortly. So let's get on to these different special offers. So if you take advantage of this, it will make the project super affordable for you. First, we really encourage you to join our author team today, and I want to share why now is such a good time for you to invest in this type of business marketing. First of all, having a book is now really become the new business card. So many people have books now, so when you're out networking, I'm sure you've ran across people that have published their own books or have been in a project like this, and so we don't want you to be left behind. We want you to be ahead of the curve and take advantage of this tool while it is still so powerful. Second, if you do your research, you will realize that we are doing this project at a fraction of the investment. So definitely I want you to take the time to do the research so you realize not only what a good value it is cost-wise, but all of the benefits that we provide to you, all the marketing exposure and all of the tools that we implement for you to get the most exposure for you and your business. And third, I am offering a $400 savings on all levels. So that is just a blanket savings for all levels right now for the people on this webinar, actually for the next 72 hours, to make sure we get this last book filled up. I didn't mention yet, but we are almost full. We only have six chapters left, and I actually had a meeting yesterday with some authors, new authors, so we may not be at 6, so there may only be 4. So it is critical for you to, if this is something that you think may interest you, don't wait, don't sit on it. Reach out to me and let's talk about how we can make this happen. But don't go away. I've got more special offers. I just wanted to throw that out, that we are almost at capacity for this 3rd book, and my goal is to get it wrapped up soon so we can get it out to print really, really quickly and have books in our hands at the beginning of next year. So I mentioned more special offers, and what I have as a special offer for our Platinum members is we have partnered with JJR Marketing, which I don't know if you have heard Jackie speak or have utilized her PR services, but she's basically a PR powerhouse in the Chicagoland area, and she is one of the authors of our first book, and she is so passionate about helping women that she has extended to me a couple additional marketing packages for a few selective front cover authors. And we actually have a few of our authors already took us up on that, and we have 2 left. And what this bonus is a totally customized press release prepared by her team and distributed to, oh my gosh, a huge, I don't know PR terms, but I guess to a huge amount of media outlets as well as The Wire. Not sure what that all means, but it has been super successful for our past authors, and this is actually a free bonus to the last 2 front cover authors to ensure that they also get the extra marketing for that higher investments. So you can see that is a $1,500 retail value, and again, that is totally free for the last 2 front cover authors for this book. But don't go away, I've got more offers. So as we kind of go through this, I'm sure you're thinking, well, gosh, I'm not even sure I can afford the silver participation level because, you know, it's just not in your budget. It's a last-minute expense that you really weren't planning. You really know you want to do this, but you want to make sure that, you know, you don't make a rash decision and that it can fit in your budget. So with that $400 discount, the silver level investment is only $9.95. And one of the downfalls, I would say, of being a silver author, you are in the book, you share your story, you're able to say you're an author, you're able to say you're a best-selling author when the book makes it to bestseller, but the silver authors do not have their photos on the back cover. But I am actually throwing in today for any of the people on this webinar or the people in the next 72 hours that watch the recorded webinar that they can take advantage of the silver level at the silver level bonus price of only $9.95, and I'm going to throw in their photo on the back cover for no additional cost. So you can see here our famous Christine Merrill, which is the chapter director of our Texas chapter. She is on the back cover, and we're going to throw that in to any silver authors that decide they want to still take advantage of the project but do it at the more economical option of not only $9.95. But wait, I've got more great things to share with you, so don't go away. I want you to kind of just think about the math, what is involved with book sales. And what we do is, depending on your participation level, you do get some free books, but we don't do a large quantity of free books because we want to keep the project pricing at a good price. So we didn't want to pile on all the books to drive up the price of participation because everybody has different needs for their how many books they're going to want. So what we have done is we have created a kind of a process where we find out how many books everybody wants, kind of an estimate. Then we go to the local printer and say, okay, what is the best pricing? Then what we do is we come back to you as the author and say, all right, this is our bottom line wholesale price. How many books do you want? So then you put in your order of how many books that you want to order for your bulk initial order. We encourage you to stock up because this is going to be the best pricing that you'll be able to get. Now going forward, we will also put the book artwork into an on-demand printer. So 2 or 3 years down the road, if you want a reprint of your book, we can do that in a small quantity, but the cost is going to be a little higher. So if we go ahead and get the books at the local printer at the discounted price, estimated the cost, the wholesale cost is about $5, which would be a $14.95 100% profit for you if you sell the books at $9.95. That is the suggested retail. So if you get a small quantity of 10 books and you sell them, you're right there earning a $150 or so profit that will help recoup your investment in the project. Now, if you sell 50 books, you're recouping about $750, which is almost to that silver level benefit. So you can see with just a few book sales, you can almost have your whole participation covered. If you do the $9.95 and you're earning $750, your investment ends up to be only $250 to have your own book. And it's very easy to sell 50 books, believe me. If you go to networking events, or if you have a business where you can put them on the counter, or you can do internet sales on your website, you can sell them on Facebook. There's so many ways you can sell your book. So selling 50 books is very doable. And if you want to jump and just figure out how much 100 books would earn you, you can see right there that that's a pretty good return on your investment by selling 100 books. Now, in the past, our authors have ordered anywhere between 50 to, I think, 500 books, depending on their needs. If you're going to be doing any speaking engagements or any kind of seminars where having book sales is a way for you to, kind of recoup some or make some earnings on a free speaking engagement, this is definitely a good option for you. So those are some of the numbers, the black and white numbers, to help you put everything into perspective a little more. And then let's keep going on. I really would love to help you become a published author. My target is to get this next book published in the first quarter of next year. Actually, my target is in February. And so I would need the stories for you or from you by December 12th. So I know that seems like quite a really soon deadline that you're like, oh, I can't do that. But I put my story together in a weekend. So it's definitely something you can do if your why is big enough. If you really see the benefits of doing this, this definitely is something that you can do. And the sooner we get your story, the sooner we are able to start marketing you. So I would really encourage you to not wait for that December 12th deadline. And of course, all of these authors are based on availability. We only have 2 front cover spots left. And also the $400 discount, which I have never offered before. My maximum discount has only ever been $300 for our members. But my goal really is to get this 3rd book wrapped up quickly, so I really want to encourage the rest of the authors to jump on board and get this book going. So again, 72 hours, which is the next 3 days, to make a decision on what you want to do. So at this point, you're thinking, wow, this sounds like a really great idea. What do I do next? So you can go to our website, which is dpwinpublishing.com. I've got a couple options for you. First, you can go to the participation option page, and I believe it's under the Overcoming Mediocrity drop-down menu, and you can see all of the different levels, and you can see all of the different benefits of each level. And if you go all the way down to the very bottom, boom, 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 where is it? Here it's coming. One more click. There we go. There are little boxes that say more info. You can go ahead and click on the more info. It's going to take you to an application that you fill out, and then you put in this discount code, which is LOMDIS. And that is going to immediately apply that $400 discount to make your pricing be appropriate to what I've already mentioned. Now, rest assured, if we talk in the next 72 hours and you decide it's not a good fit for you, I will 100% refund that credit card. So this is definitely refundable. But if you're not quite sure what level you want, what's best for you, we still want you to go ahead and reserve your chapter because, as I mentioned, it is based on availability, especially those 2 front cover spots. I've got we may only have one. Like I mentioned, we had that in-person meeting yesterday, and we've got one woman that's really thinking about it. But if you're not sure what level you want, down at the very bottom, there is a button that says click here, and that will bring you to a page where you can just leave a $500 deposit. And of course, that also is fully refundable, but that will ensure that you have priority seating, if you want to say, because you went ahead and take that initiative to reserve your chapter. But let's keep sharing a little bit more. There's another, this is the first step of how we can get you connected. The second step is to right away book a call with me so we can talk about the different participation levels, talk about your story, and how we can leverage this for you. So I have put up here a cute little bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/call Christy, and what that's going to do is bring you to my automated scheduler that will let you see all my availability for the next 3 days. And I have a lot of office time, and I've cleared out the next 3 days of just being available to answer questions and talk to any of the potential authors. So you can go right there and get something scheduled. We will talk about how we can, again, leverage this for you and make this a viable investment for you and your brand as well as your business. And if you want to just learn more about the project, you're still not sure, based on availability. Okay, let's keep going. You can go to our store in the DPWN publishing website, and you can buy any of the books, as well as you can go right on Amazon and buy them. But I think that's all I have right now. So I thank everybody for hanging with me. I tried to get through all of that as quickly as possible to share as much as I could. I'm sure you all have questions. It is really hard to go ahead and take the questions online. If you do have a question, feel free to raise your hand and I can go ahead and answer them. But if you don't, I really look forward to either seeing your reservation come through or a scheduled appointment so we can talk about how to make this happen for you. Here's my contact information, so feel free to reach out to me also through any of these means. And here are all of our websites, so you can go ahead and connect there. And I did see a few of the attendees jump on and leave and jump on, so I don't know if anybody was having internet problems, but I have recorded this whole webinar, so that will be sent out in a few hours. Once that gets processed, I'll send that out to the list for everybody to go ahead and review at probably a more leisurely way. But again, remember that we need to make sure that this gets taken care of in the next 3 days so we can get these final chapters reserved and move forward with the story writing, editing, layout, and printing of this third Overcoming Mediocrity Strong Women Edition book. So thank you, everybody, and have a great Friday and a great weekend, and more importantly, a great remainder of your 2014 year. This is Christy Ruffino, President and founder of the Dynamic Professional Women's Network, and I really enjoyed sharing this information with you. Thank you.